Hi, hello, how are you? Good morning, happy Monday. I am so tired. I already tried to film this clip and it was just a mess of me rambling and not really knowing what to say. And I am filming to procrastinate work. I do only have to work 3 days this week. So Wednesday is my last day. I have Thursday off for Thanksgiving, and then my work gives us Friday off. Don't know why, not gonna question it. That's nice. And that extra day off will definitely help with my reading. Currently, I am reading, I just hit myself. I'm reading The Slippery Slope, which is book 10 in this series, and I got to page 67 last night. So we have left the carnival. We are in the Mortmain Mountains, which is where supposedly the last VFD headquarters is. Count Olaf has Sunny. The siblings got separated in like a scheme of his, so they are slowly making their way up to the headquarters. They slightly know where it is, and they're just really worried about their sister. It's so sad. We like cut to a clip of her in the car, and Esme was complaining about how much she was crying, and it's a fictional baby, I know that, but I felt so bad for her. I also think the girl who plays her in the TV series is the cutest little girl ever. Every time she talks or does anything, I'm like, oh my god, I just love her so much. Hopefully I will be able to do some reading tonight, although I do have to continue editing the vlog that will go up on Wednesday. I also have a lot of knitting that I need to get done, and also just unwinding from work. I do have about an hour between getting off of work and when I need to start cooking dinner. I will probably use that hour to edit. Because that takes so long, I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done. But I do have Friday off, so hopefully that means I can get more reading done then and kind of like pick up any slack. As far as the TV show goes, we are still really enjoying it, but we've just finished. We're in the middle of The Vile Village, which is book 7, so we've seen 13 episodes, and my boyfriend is getting frustrated with the fact that it's clearly Count Olaf, and like I've said, the adults in this series are just incompetent and useless, and he's like, how do they not see that it's him? How do they not know it's Count Olaf? Like, it's frustrating to go episode after episode, book after book, and they're just not catching him. And I was like, you have to remember that this is like a book for, you know, middle grade, and we're on book 7. We're like, we just finished the first episode, so each book has 2 episodes. So we still have one more episode to watch tonight. We're definitely slowing down. I feel like when we first started, he was like, I want to keep going, and I was like, no, I want to stay ahead in like the books. And now he's like, okay, 1 episode is fine. So he's getting frustrated, which I think is really funny. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to work. Like I said, happy Monday, happy Thanksgiving week. I will update you guys later. Good morning, welcome to Tuesday. I don't have a ton to do today for work. I have like 3 things that in total will probably take about an hour and a half. So my plan in between, you know, doing the 3 things that I have to do today is to continue reading The Slippery Slope. Currently I'm on chapter 10, which is page 205. There are 337 pages in this, so I have like about 130 or 107 to go. So I can definitely finish this within the next like hour and a half. I've mentioned this before, but as we get towards the end of the year, I just don't have a lot of stuff to do. Typically it's like towards the end of the month, but towards the end of the year, my coworkers are doing less visits, which means they're filling out less paperwork, which is less stuff that they're submitting to me. It's also the holiday season, so they are taking vacation, and just I'm not getting a ton of stuff coming in right now, so I just don't have really anything to do. I have memos to clear. I actually think that that's it. Oh, I have to put together some like PDFs and then working on this spreadsheet for my boss. So those are the 3 things that I have to do today, and I'm going to spread them out and read a little bit. I am enjoying this one, and I will say that I would die for Sunny, especially the little actress that plays her in the TV show. She is just so cute, and Sunny is just having such a hard time right now in this series, or in this book, and missing her siblings and feeling bad about herself. And Count Olaf and his henchmen are just being so mean, although some of his henchmen, you just get this moment where they're like, well, boss, maybe the baby shouldn't be the one cooking, you know, because of the fire, and maybe we shouldn't be so mean to her and stuff like that. And I have this high hope, especially for the hook-handed man in the TV show, that some of the henchmen will turn out to be nice, that they will betray Count Olaf and try to help the Baudelaire siblings. Because in the TV show, the hook-handed man and Sunny just have this really funny, like, relationship with each other. She outwits him at every turn, but it's almost like he's letting her get away with these things, and he also just seems really proud of her. So we just watched the 2nd episode for the Vile Village, and the person who looks neither like a man nor a woman, or looks both like a man and a woman, is like, should a baby be, you know, driving a fire truck? And the hook-handed man goes, well, technically she's a toddler now. Like, he just seems like he loves her, or he's like proud of her. It's so weird. And so they're in the mountains in the book right now, and Count Olaf is forcing Sunny to cook, and she made breakfast for them, but it was like all cold stuff because she couldn't start a fire. And then he's like, this is terrible, and like throws it and wants her to make salmon. So he has the hook-handed man catch fish. And one of the white-faced ladies is like, boss, do you think maybe somebody else should cook breakfast since she's a baby and shouldn't be handling fire? And I'm like, my biggest hope is that they just turn out to be good people and betray Count Olaf. So I'm gonna do a little bit of reading for about 15 minutes, check emails, read again, check emails, do something, read again. It's just gonna be a really weird day. I'm probably gonna move to my chair eventually to do some knitting, but the goal is to finish this today, and I also need to start the Grimm Grotto, which is book 11. I'm definitely falling behind at this point. So if I can finish this today and start the Grimm Grotto, then I think I should be okay. But we'll see. I did it. I finished the Slippery Slope. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. With every new book that I read, we are just learning so much more about the secret society that their parents are a part of. But there's also just so many more mysteries that are being uncovered. So the kids are with one of the Quagmire triplets, not Duncan or Isadora, but Quigley. I don't remember if I mentioned that he survived. And this whole time has been kind of like slowly following behind them with like newspaper and stuff, like tracking them, not even really realizing that like they had been with his siblings. And they did tell him where they are. And they've run into some like really devious ex-volunteers, I guess. There's one last place that they can go to in the hopes of like meeting up with the other volunteers, which Sunny was able to learn from Count Olaf. She volunteered to stay with him for even longer to spy on him and find out that last location. And Sunny says that Violet is telling her, you can't stay up here, you're just a baby. And in a full sentence she says, I am not a baby. And that's when Violet realizes, like, in the midst of all this terrible stuff that's happened to them, she's not a baby anymore. She's a young girl, and she wants to pull her weight and do this, and so she ends up figuring it out. They do get separated from Quigley, but hopefully they will be reunited in the next book. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to take a short nap. I'm done with work for today. My boss is in interviews for the rest of the day. I just don't have anything else to do. I've accomplished what I need to. I'm not getting any emails in. So I'm gonna take like a hour nap and then do some knitting and start reading the Grim Grotto. So I will update you guys most likely tomorrow with my progress tonight. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'm on the couch because I once again do not have a lot to do today. I have my laptop open in front of me and I'm answering emails and doing stuff as it comes in, but it's just not enough to really be like sitting at my desk for 10 hours. So I'm on the couch and I've got a comfy blanket with me. I am also doing some laundry. The like gray blanket that we have on the couch just smells so bad. My boyfriend has this habit of chewing on it. So I have been trying to wash it like every week or every other week. That's in the wash right now. I'm also washing our comforter. Probably going to swap out our sheets also to some flannel sheets, which I'm super excited for. They are so comfortable, and my boyfriend really likes to lay underneath the sheet. I typically just like the comforter, but it is getting cold enough now that I think we can do both, which I'm also excited for. Reading wise, also I painted my nails yesterday. They're like this reddish orange color. It's one of the Essie Express colors and I really like it. Reading wise, I am currently in the middle of the Grim Grotto. I am 96 pages in, I believe. Yep. I'm in the middle of like chapter 5 or something. It's interesting so far. We are getting closer and closer to that secret society stuff, but I feel like every time they meet somebody who is a part of it, they're just like, there's no time to explain what this society is, let's just keep going, and the kids are like frustrated. But this is book 11, so I'm hoping to finish it today. Yesterday I just did like 15 minutes at a time reading a chapter or two, and I feel like that really helped me break it up and not feel like I was reading so many pages at once. So that's my plan. That's what I'm just going to keep doing for today. I'm also going to do some knitting, and then I think later on today I'm gonna go to my local library. I have not been to my library in several years. I think I might have some late fees, but I just want to go and see what they have in the young adult section. I already have my TBR planned out for December. I'm trying to keep it casual, so I don't really know why I want to go to the library, but it's what I'm feeling like today. I might hold off on it for another couple of weeks, but reading and knitting are the main goal for today. I've got chicken out for dinner, doing laundry. It's going to be a productive day even if work isn't, so I will update you with my progress later. Good morning. It's Thursday. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to make this really quick because I am in the middle of simultaneously making dinner rolls and pie. It's almost 10 o'clock here. I am reading the Grim Grotto in between all of this. I'm on chapter 13, which is page 284. I'm hoping to be able to finish it before we leave, but I'm really not sure. I already feel so stressed out, but at the same time like super satisfied because I've got a checklist. I'm doing everything. I'm also reading. I'm gonna start getting ready soon, and I'm just on a high. So I'm hoping my boyfriend will get up soon and go get us breakfast, but I gotta go and start rolling out the dough for the pie. I'm making a Dutch apple crumble pie and dinner rolls. Like I said, super excited, just feel a little bit stressed out. So I just wanted to say good morning though, happy Thanksgiving, and I will let you all know how the pie and the rolls look when I'm done. Hello, happy post-turkey day. I am on the couch. I had plans for today, different plans than what I ended up really doing. I got up early to go to the DMV this morning to get my real ID because my boyfriend and I are going to Colorado at the end of December into the first few days of January to see my sister, who will also be out there. She lives in Hawaii. I haven't seen her in like over a year. I'm so excited to see her and to see my niece, who will be 2 in January. So she's like a real live human being now who has emotions, and it's just a wild child that I love. So I went to the DMV to get my real ID this morning, pulled up. The whole thing is gated off because they're renovating my DMV. Thought about going to another one. There's one in San Bernardino near me that's closed on Fridays. And the one after that, I was like, I don't want to be driving around all day. Because I was also going to be meeting my aunts and my grandmother afterwards to do some Black Friday shopping. It is a tradition that they have been doing Black Friday shopping, day after Christmas shopping, every year since I was in elementary school, probably before that, before I was born.
So I met up with them. I went to a lot of old lady stores, Kirkland, The Gap, Banana Republic. I got some cute pants. I got some labels for blankets for my Nana because she makes quilts and she wanted to be able to put on there like the date and who it was by. And I got a lot of yarn. And now I'm home with Marcy. I had brought the Grim Grotto and the Penultimate Peril, which is book 12, with me to read at the DMV. Didn't end up going to the DMV, so didn't end up doing any reading. But I'm home now. I've got a Starbucks drink and some water, and I'm going to finish the Grim Grotto, do a little bit of knitting, and then start on the Penultimate Peril. I'm going to try and read as much of this today as possible. The one chapter at a time thing seems to be really, really helping me, and I felt like I got through the Grim Grotto really quickly and was just supposed to have finished it this morning and didn't get to. But that is my plan for the rest of the day. I think I only have like 2 or 3 chapters left of the Grim Grotto, so instead of doing the one chapter, I might just finish it off. But I'm relaxing on the couch now. Oh, I also bought an Instant Pot for my mom on a Black Friday sale on Amazon. That's what I'm giving her for Christmas. She just needs it. She's using a crock pot still for so many things. She makes beans almost like every week, and it takes hours. And I'm like, Mom, you need to be able to just throw them in there, have them done 30 minutes later. You spend way too much time doing stuff like this. So I'm gonna get to reading and relaxing. I'm tired. So tired from yesterday and from like walking around with my aunts all day today. They shop. They used to start at like 7 in the morning, have breakfast, go shopping, have lunch, see a movie, continue shopping, have dinner, keep shopping, and from like 7 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. And I would just sit in like the window sills of most of the stores and read, and then have lunch. And occasionally one of my aunts would like buy me a t-shirt or a necklace or something. And even though I am 25 years old and have a job where I make plenty of money, my Aunt Mimi still buys my lunch for me when we go out, without fail, every year, and I love her for that. So I'm exhausted now. Hello, it is Saturday. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm in bed. I'm not having a good day mentally and emotionally. I'm gonna get my period next week and I am just struggling. I only get it every 3 months. I'm on like a special birth control because my periods are just so awful. My doctor thinks that I have endometriosis. I need to see an OB, but currently the doctors that I am available to see, or like that are in my network because I have private insurance, they are only seeing pregnant women because of COVID. So I can't get an appointment with a OB to have ultrasounds and stuff done until like next year in March or something like that. So I'm just struggling right now. Not feeling well. If I let myself think about it for even like 5 seconds, I could start to cry right now, which is fun. So I'm gonna let myself be sad and be in bed. I am reading the Penultimate Peril. I've also got all of like my yarn and stuff next to me, so in between chapters I can knit a little bit. I'm gonna put Bob's Burgers on and I'm just going to not like wallow in my feelings, but try to surround myself with things that I enjoy, and not make myself feel bad for feeling bad, and just try to feel better, I guess. I'm only 2 chapters into the Penultimate Peril. I'm really hoping to get done with it today. I like absolutely need to, basically, because I'll have 2 more days left of this month, and that's what I'm going to be spending those days, or I'm going to be spending those days reading The End, which is the last book in a series of unfortunate events. So let's see how it goes. I can stay up late tonight though, so I might take advantage of that. I don't know, I feel very scatterbrained. I will update you guys later. Hello! It's much later on in the day. It's still Saturday, and I've just finished reading the Penultimate Peril. I really enjoyed this book, although one of the things that I don't like that the author does is that he explains a situation in multiple ways. So he'll say, in this moment the Baudelaires were very, very sad, as you might be if your dog died. as a mailman might be if he dropped his bag into the water and all of the mail floated down into the gutters and he got fired from his job. And he does that like 4 or 5 times. He gives like 4 examples of one situation, and it happens so much throughout the book, and I've just been skipping those parts. And there are also parts where he like repeats himself, like when he talks about deja vu. So like one chapter starts twice, so you like read the first page of the chapter and then you read it again to explain deja vu, which is creative but kind of annoying at sometimes. So I felt like I was skipping over a ton of stuff that I was like, I don't care about this. I don't need to hear about examples of, you know, how one might be shocked or something. But I just finished. I think it's a 4 stars. I have one more book left to go, and still so many questions. That is also like the most annoying thing about this series, is that you end up with more questions than answers. So you move on to the next book and you think you're going to get answers to these questions, and then you just end up with more questions and maybe like one of your previous questions answered. So we still have no idea like who JS is. It might have been Jerome Squalor or Justice Strauss. It's somebody else. What's with the sugar bowl? What's going to happen with him? They're in Count Olaf's clutches again. It's just all so confusing. So I'm not going to pick up this last book tonight. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it for tomorrow. I think I could probably finish it tomorrow as well. The like 1 chapter at a time thing really works for me. I think I'm going to continue doing that with like other books as well. But that's book 12 done. I just have book 13 left, The End, which is literally the title of the last book, The End. I'm going to knit and watch TV now. I did like leave the bedroom. I had started to feel better, and then I just wanted to read, so I came to lay back down in bed because it's hard to read with my boyfriend around. He just wants to like bug me a bunch. But since I'm still in bed, I'm gonna knit and watch TV before bedtime, and it's only like 8 o'clock, so I thought I was gonna have to stay up really late to finish it, but I didn't have to. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning, happy Monday. Marcy is being so needy. I haven't taken her to the dog park all weekend. We've just been tired from Thanksgiving. She is trying to climb into my chair right now. So I'm going to take her today during lunch, but as I was going to say, normally Monday is the beginning of the vlog, but since it's still November 30th, it is the end of this vlog. Currently, I am in the middle of The End, which is the final book in the series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. I am 160-ish pages in. 163 pages, and I do plan on finishing it today, obviously. I'm halfway through. It's very interesting. The whole series has been, honestly, I enjoy the TV show more, which I did not think would be the case. I will say this, loved the movie. That is my all-time favorite, my holy grail for this series. Then it's the TV show, and then the books. I think had I been younger and read the books, I might have enjoyed it more, but there are just some things about the writing style that I am not into. The author just gives so many examples for situations, like, so it's like a whole page of just describing the same situation over and over and over again. Because this is the last book, I am trying to read through it. But at least once per chapter he does something like that, where he just gives so many examples. And the author is also a character in the series, or like the narrator I should say, and also the author. So he's not wanting you to read these books because he thinks that the events that happened in the lives of the Baudelaires is just so tragic that you should not be reading it. There are other things that you could be reading. So he does things in the hopes that you will stop reading. So in the last book, there was a portion where he just kept describing the cycle of water over and over and over again. And then he would get to the end of the description and he would be like, and hopefully by now you have stopped reading and are too bored and decided to pick something else up.
And he also says stuff like, I strongly encourage you to put this down. Drop it into a lake. Throw it. Pick up something else. And I'm like, I get it, but please just let me read the story. It takes me out of what's going on. So that's my biggest critique on this. It's very interesting though. This story, it's just been really interesting to read and see past like where the movie ended. I think it might be a little too grim for children at some point. And I also think it's kind of annoying that in every single book, Count Olaf just gets away with so many things, and that, like I've mentioned before, the adults in this book are just useless. So I'm definitely going to finish this today. It's the last day of the month. So if I finish this today, I still complete my goal of reading the entire series of Unfortunate Events this month. Next month is hopefully going to be a lot more relaxed. I really only have like 3 books that I want to get through, and they are middle grade. The rest of the books that are on my TBR are just kind of like wishful thinking, and I've already hit my 50 book goal. I'm sure you can hear Marcy in the background whining. I definitely need to take her to the dog park during lunch. She is just being so much. But everything that I read from here on out is just bonus, and it should be just like purely for pleasure, which is my goal for December. So I'm gonna get back to work. I really did not want to get up this morning. My body was like, we've been off for 5 days. What is work? What is getting up at 7 in the morning? So I've struggled today, but I've got some chai tea. I tried to have a fruit cup with peaches, but it's like non-sweetened and it just has the worst aftertaste. So probably not gonna eat that. Anyways, happy Monday. I'm gonna get back to work. I did it. I finished the end, which means I have officially finished the entire series of Unfortunate Events. And the ending was kind of sad and underwhelming. There's a lot of like hidden meanings in the ending. There's one part where this guy who runs the island that the Baudelaires are on is telling a story of unfortunate things that have happened, and he keeps frowning when the kids say, oh, do you mean this person? And it's basically just showing that like all of the terrible things that they have been through have happened before to multiple people, and that unfortunate things just always happen all the time, and that's why they live on that island, to escape the treacheries of the world. And their parents lived there at one point, but they wanted to connect the island to a